Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special Puppet Teacher. And today I'm here to talk to you about 5 tips to improve your business English outside the classroom. And I decided to bring this topic to talk to you because it's something that students usually come to me and say, "Teacher, how can I accelerate my process?" Even though I have some very good strategies inside the program. I know that, and I truly believe that we can do better with our free time. And how can you use part of your free time to engage in improving your business English outside the classroom? So you can use this time on your own to get involved by business, by English in general. Okay, I'm teacher Fabi Montanari, and I'm here to help you improve your communication skills in English for business purpose mainly. Okay, but as I usually say, we are not only going to talk about business because business English is a part of communicating in English, developing this language skill. But why do I focus on business? Because uh, I know that this probably is your biggest pain. You suffer, or you may feel frustrated because you are not being able to speak English the way you wanted it to be. Yeah. So for you not to miss anything, and for you to receive the link, for you to be in my list and receive the link for the free classes from Semana do Inglês para Trabalho, just go to the description of this video below, right below, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Okay, our free classes are about to start soon in a few days, but just make sure that you are in my mailing list and especially on my WhatsApp group because it's easier for me to send messages for you there, right? Uh, Second point, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, to this YouTube channel, just go for it, subscribe. And if you like the contents I share here, you just click the like button because it helps me a lot. Okay, so let's go. With this, after saying all of this, let's start with this tips to help you improve. I want to truly know how much contact with English you have outside the classroom. Are you, do you limit your contact with English to the moment you're studying English, or you have access to other sources of uh, English speaking or English reading or listening outside the moment you are supposedly studying English? How often or how much time do you spend on your own with this? That's what I want to know. Be honest, okay? Uh, if you want to study more about your area, how much are you willing to spend time on reading from sources in English? I don't know if you know, but the number of publications in English language are a lot higher than the publications in Portuguese. So if you are an engineer, um, a doctor, or whatever, you are going to have much. It's going to be a lot easier for you to read from original sources than um, reading from Portuguese and Brazilian Portuguese sources. But there is a way for you to read, and I was telling this to my son the other day. I have recently been to the United States, and I brought a book, a fiction book that he likes, a teenager fiction book. I bought in English. He started reading this collection in Portuguese, Percy Jackson, and I bought the new book in English for him, and he started reading. And then he said, "Mom, if I were reading this in Portuguese, uh, I would have finished many chapters from the book yet, but I'm still on page 4. It's more difficult for me to read." I said, "Yes, it is. Of course it is, because it's not your original language." So that's why I say, are you willing to learn that? And then I taught him what I'm going to teach you now. Okay. There is a way for you to read and enjoy this time to learn English, not only to read. You need, when you are reading something in English, you need to have a paper I like to have papers. Maybe you have your mobile. I don't know, your notes on your mobile. But you have to write down the words that are coming to you. If it's a word that you can, if it's a word that you can continue reading, but you need to learn, just move. You can't stop in every single word that you don't understand. Try to read the paragraph. If you get the main idea of the paragraph, at first, just continue reading. Write down the words that you need to know, but just continue reading. Don't stop. Okay? After you finish this paragraph, then you go and check the words. But because if you stop every single word, it's not going to be helpful for you. It's going to take too much time. It's going to take too long, and probably you are going to get tired before finishing the page or finishing the paragraph. So first read shorter parts of the like a page or a paragraph, depending on the level you are, and then you go check for the words. But when you're going to check on the words, don't check them in a translation mode. Just don't go to the Google and say what does, for example, classroom mean. Uh, you have to look for the definition of this word in a monolingual dictionary. First, try to get the definition of the word because it helps you, even though it's more tiring and takes longer. But it's important for you to understand that when you go and have contact with the definition of the word, it helps you start uh, thinking in English. And this is really important, okay? First, do that. If after that, if it's still necessary for you to find a correlation in Portuguese, then you go for the translation. Not before reading the definition of the word. Don't do that. Okay? Do it this way that I'm suggesting, and then you come back here and tell me, Fabi, it's really helping me. I'm really feeling more comfortable after a while. At first, it might be more difficult and more tiring, but after a while, it gets easier if you do this way. Okay, just follow me. Okay, just do that. So this is important. Try to read publications in your area in English, not in Portuguese. Okay. Second point here. What do we have? Try watching videos in English. Of course, if it's business related videos, it's going to be great. But maybe you can watch TV series if you watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Star Plus, Disney Plus, or whatever. Try to watch business related topics. If you say, teacher, in my free time, I don't want to read anything about business. I just want to relax. Try to relax in English. Try to do that in English, okay? If you're watching a movie in English, and this, pay attention to this. People say, teacher, I have been watching my movies in English and I put subtitles in Portuguese, or even with subtitles in English. This is good. This is helpful. Uh, and what I see, but we have to be careful with something. Let me explain. When you have subtitles, it doesn't matter if it's in Portuguese or in English. You are going to read the subtitles before you listen to what the characters are saying. Pay attention. When you have subtitles, you are reading. Your first contact with the language is reading, not listening. And we cannot operate in two different modes at the same time. Or you are either reading or listening. So when you have subtitles where you are watching a movie or a TV series or any video with subtitles, you are reading, not listening. Attention to that. Oh, teacher, but why do you say that? Because when you have a storm and you have thunders and flashlights, what comes first? Do you see the flashlight before you listen to the thunder? Or it's the opposite? We usually see the flashlight and then we hear the thunder because the speed of light is higher than the speed of sound. Yeah, that's it. And that's what happens. So when you are reading subtitles in your movies, You are reading the movie. You are not watching the movie. Think about that. So try to get some movie or a video that you have already seen and watch it without subtitles. That's what you have to do. Try watching it without subtitles. And then you are going to test your listening for real. Maybe it will be necessary for some parts of the movie and depending on the video you are watching, maybe it will be necessary for you to put subtitles. That's okay. But try to select, for example, TED Talks. TED Talks are is a very good source of learning English, improving English. Try to get TED Talks from related to the areas you want to improve, to the area you work, or to something that you need you want to improve. Try watching it without subtitles. Not even the automated, automatically generated subtitles that we have on Google or on YouTube nowadays. Don't do that. Okay. Uh, so this is a very important source. Reading business related sources, watching business related videos without subtitles. If you are watching with subtitles, just take this into consideration. It's important that it's important that you know that when you are reading subtitles, you are reading the video, not watching the video. Okay. Uh, Practice writing emails. So imagine that you don't have to write emails at work for real. You are working in a position or in a department that you are not requested to write emails in English, but maybe you have to write emails in Portuguese every day. Why don't you get as an extra tax and an extra effort of you um, writing these same emails in English? Would you feel comfortable? Or when you're writing, when you're trying to write, you are going to realize how much you know and where you're stuck. And from this, when you know, oh, I know this, I'm feeling comfortable with this, but I don't know how to start an email, I don't know how to end an email, I don't know how to ask for a follow up, I don't know how to do that in English. So then, when it's clear for you, it's easier for you to find the solution. It's not just simply saying, oh, I can't write emails in English. You can't write anything, or you know how to write something, but you are not comfortable enough to write the second part of the email. Okay, so try to do that. And of course, this is something I've been doing since before internet ages. And I usually say that nowadays, using the use of internet has helped many people. If we use it uh, correctly, it can be a very important source of studies. It can connect us to everywhere in the world, literally everywhere in the world. Uh, I remember when I was a teenager and I was studying English, and we didn't have that. I had one magazine per month. It was called Speak Up. I used to go to the newsstand and get one. It was expensive, but the whole month I would stay reading and reading and reading over and over and over the same articles and studying the same vocabulary. And then I remembered at home, or the people I used to live with, nobody spoke English. I was the person in my family and in my group of friends who spoke English better than everybody else, than anybody else. And then I had nobody to talk to. So what did I do? I used to talk to myself in my mind. How did I do that? I used to to catch up my routine. So what did I do today? Or what do I have to do now? I used to think about that in English. Okay, so if I were living in the United States and okay, right now, right after this class, I have to do this, and this. Or right after work today, I have to go to the supermarket. I have to pick up my kids at school. I have to cook dinner. I have to feed the dog, and I have to wash the dishes, for example. Do I know how to say everything about my routine in English? How hard do you put yourself on trying to find, do you know, these basic events that happen in your life? Because sometimes you are willing to be more confident in business scenarios, but you're not confident enough to think about your routine in English. At the beginning of the day, what do I have to do today? At the end of the day, what did I do today? Because when you remember yesterday we talked about storytelling, you have to put these events in a timeline. So when I say what do I have to do today, I'm looking from this point to the future. I'm going to talk about the future. When I come to the end of the day and I come back and think of what did I do today, I'm looking back in the timeline. So I have to use the past tense. How comfortable I am to use this, to move in this timeline, to tell these stories. So try doing. If you don't have anybody else to talk to, you can try to do it on your own. It works. Okay? Mm, what else do I have here? Using online resources, I have said that. Practice writing emails. Uh, and mainly here, try to attend business networking events. Even online nowadays, we have these possibilities to watch these events online. So try participating in them. It's possible now, and it's a lot more affordable than it used to be in the past. Okay, uh, try doing that. Another thing that I forgot to say when I told you to watch video related, uh, business related videos. If you're watching Netflix or watching Amazon or any streaming platform you have, try to set up everything in English. Not only the movie in English, but the setup. For example, if you come to my house and you open my Netflix app, everything's in English. The synopsis of the movies are in English. The names of the movies are in English. Everything's in English in my app. You just go to the setup and you change it the language that you want. Not the language in the movie, but in language the language in the app. Try doing that. Set up all your devices to English. Your mobile. Is your mobile in Portuguese or in English? Is your Waze or Google Maps in English and Portuguese? Put everything in English. Get involved by English. Breathe this environment. Breathe in this environment. Okay? It helps a lot. It may seem uh, useless, but once you start having this context, you are creating an environment for you to live, and it helps. Do that. Okay? This is important. And finally, last but not least, what I like to say, if possible, have a tutor. Uh, because when you know exactly where you have to go to, you know you are going to be able to accelerate. Because I know you want to accelerate. I know you want to have results as fast as possible. But if you don't know what you have to study right now, chances are that you're wasting your time. You may be putting a lot of energy, a lot of good intention to learn English, but you're not being able to move forward. And then you feel frustrated. But if you have a tutor to help you move to the next step, and especially give you a feedback on what's not working so well in your speaking or in your listening, showing you the way you have to go, how much easier is it? That's why in the method I developed, I think this is one of the most important points because I know it works and it helps the students move from where they are, sometimes stuck for months or years, to the next step. You see? So this is I'm going to explain this with more details during these classes of Semana do Inglês para o Trabalho. For now, I covered the main points here. I hope it's clear for you. I want you to watch this video again if necessary. And if you have any questions, just put in the comments here of this video, okay? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If this content helped you somehow, like the video because it's important for us. I'm a digital creator, not only a teacher, but it helps us when we're working online on this platforms. It's important for us to know. And also subscribe and be pay attention to the group, the WhatsApp group, and the your emails for you to have all the information about Semana do Inglês para o Trabalho. Okay? So that's it. I hope you liked it. I'll see you next class. Bye bye.